Knucklehead Sports. It's in the game.
I mean, it's just more question you have to ask me in order for me to tell you about myself. I just can't give you a whole spiel. I don't even know where you're sitting at.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing heat. You'll be a fan when I start rapping. Way I'll have your fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit vicious. Release bombs and go tick tick. Boom, you blown me that head missing. I'm a phenomenon. Stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast like the Autobahn. And I'm independent, so I'm not your fucking starving like it's Ramadan. Sick, twisted, gifted. Can't copy, printed. Can't hold me down. I shape shift, I'm liquid. I killed this beat, I might get convicted. They know how I move, it was predicted. Persistent, spoke it into existence. So consistent, no assistance. Hear me once, become addicted. If I rap it, then I live it. There's no cap when I be breaking this.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is fucking Wednesday night. You know what that means. Knucklehead Sports, we back in the building. We are live like a live crab inside of a snowmobile underneath a bus with some fucking 1,000 Islands dressing on it. You fucking feel me?
Okay.
That was really alive. That was really alive. But
Word.
what's going on, y'all? We back with another edition of that Knucklehead Sports. Holy shit, we live. We haven't been live in a minute on this show. So what's going on, y'all? Hope y'all start tuning in because we haven't been live in a minute. So start
Word.
make your way downtown. Walk fast. No. Dang.
See, it's because of Ray, Hutch. But what's going on, guys? It's been a long time since I seen y'all, almost 24 hours.
You're not bleeding anymore, so that's good.
And that's true. Yeah.
It is a long time, bro. 24 hours.
Word. 27 stitches and 14 staples. It took me to stop bleeding.
Okay there, Ric Flair.
Bro, it was the most random shit. We talking comics and just
I turned into John Moxley. It's just you said I'm a dead show.
I thought that was something on my screen, and I'm like, wait a minute. I
Yeah,
even did the I don't know. I'm like, oh, it's still there.
like, what happened here?
Word, I hear that shit, man. But
And I'm like, I know Toe feel it. But I'm gonna let him rock.
I was like, why does my forehead feel wet? And then I looked, it was like, motherfucker, I'm bleeding. Oh shit. And of course I can't monetize that picture on Instagram because I posted it. If anybody else posted it, it would have been fine. But
You
like
can't
Instagram just
it's bleeding there, so you can't monetize it.
anything I post. If I post a picture of Instagram, they be like, "Oh, you fucked up. You can't monetize this. You can't."
You know what's funny? Speaking of their monetization, though, even though this could be a Friday thing, but hey, fuck it, we're here. They're offering me monetization, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna try. And yo, the process is like if I'm trying to file for fucking anything else, because it's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Yo, they ask this question, ask this question, ask this question. I'm like, yo, y'all gonna give me the money or not? Because it's like allegedly they keep saying, oh, you're leaving this open because your bonuses. I'm like, just give me the money then.
Word.
Like, I connected my PayPal and they're like, oh, you still gotta do 20 more steps. It's like, what the fuck? Just give me the money.
Like my man said from The Fifth Element, give me the cash.
Word. What up, Bad Blood? Or is what they said in what was it? Ocean's 14 or some shit? Don Cheadle, pay me my money.
What did you do, Ray?
Fucking, but yeah, man. Yo, we back. We want to start off with some news. Jimmy Butler has been suspended indefinitely with the Heat.
He should have been happy.
He did it. He did it to himself.
I want to know why he was suspended. Like,
he walked out.
He left?
He walked out. I don't know whatever team they were team activity they were doing, was it practice or whatever, he walked out. Like I tried to explain it to my nephew yesterday. I said, that's like you had a job and you say, fuck it, I'm leaving, and you walk out.
Oh shit.
Well, don't expect to have a job.
Yeah, shit. It's funny because he goes, Jimmy Butler has been suspended for the third time this month. And this one started basically just as the second one ended. The team said that Butler left Monday morning shoot-around practice early in advance of the game against Orlando Magic. Something the team called intentionally withholding services.
People forget. You signed a contract.
Yeah, I mean,
do people forget that like that's legit binding? Like signing a contract isn't a joke. Like when it comes to business and all this, it's like once you sign that contract, you are now obliged to complete said contract.
Look, I get it. You're not happy with the direction of the team. You're supposed to be a captain.
Yeah.
It's legal.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
You're a captain of the team. You are supposed to lead. If you're not happy with the direction of the team, you make it known to management or whatever.
Yeah, to be honest with you.
Because motherfucker, let me tell you the truth. I don't want to work. There's many a days, and I know there's millions and millions of people who are like, I don't want to fucking go to work today. But we still show up to work.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, bro, you're not a child no more. Grow up.
So, yeah, I mean, this is kind of stupid because, one, this shows your other employers that you're not to be trusted.
Right, and this is not the first time he does it.
Yeah. On
different teams. He did it with 76ers. He did it with
the Bulls.
Right. He did it in Minnesota. Like, this is a trend.
Yeah. Every time they're losing.
Like I try to explain to somebody. T.O., I fucking hate T.O. as a whatever, but T.O. literally played himself out of the NFL because of his attitude.
Yeah. Shit. They're saying that he had to play through the 2025-2026 season, and then he had a player option for next season, which he was going to decline, which in all actuality, that's what you do. If you're not happy on the team no more, you go, when my contract is up, I'm not going to re-sign with you guys. I'm going somewhere else.
Right.
You can't just be like, well, I'm not going to play. Unless he's planning on retiring right now, what other team is going to sign him? They got to be desperate.
Like I said, I was speaking to somebody, they're like, oh, no, well, they'll trade for him. And I'm like, and Miami's not going to get nothing for him. And let me tell you something. Pat Riley will let you sit there soaking in the bench before he trades you for peanuts.
Yeah, he's old school. I mean, there's no amount of, unless they're like physically abusing Jimmy Butler and they like kidnapped his parents or some shit. I don't understand why he can't just play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not happy here? Cool. We're going to pull a James Harden?
Bro, it's like
James Harden lost a lot of stock when he did that shit too with the 76ers.
Bro, and he did it with Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
I mean, the Houston Rocket one's a little bit different. He said that, the owner was, doing some racist, saying some racist shit. But, it didn't bother you when you were the focal point of the offense. It only started to bother you when you weren't the focal point of the offense.
Yeah.
So don't tell me that that this upset you when you number one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you're not number one, but when you were number one, it wasn't bothering you. Again, Jimmy Butler, grow up. You're a grown-ass man. If you don't like the direction the team is going with, go to management and be like, hey, listen, I don't like where the direction the team is going. I don't want to hurt myself. So I also, please, I don't want to play. I don't want to play and potentially get hurt and then injure and and cost myself, money down the line.
Yeah. Because also, did the trade deadline happen already?
I doubt it.
Because it also you'd be like, yo,
or it could be. I mean, I really don't know how the trade deadline works in basketball, but it's like, yo, I get it. You're not happy. You know what I'm saying? You do it behind closed door.
February 6th is the end of the trade deadline.
Right. Bro, now no team is going to win the trade for you.
But see, now, if he was really unhappy with the team or the management or whatever, he could have been on some, yo, we need someone who's gonna make me want to play. We need another player. Why don't we start making moves?
Right.
What up, Joseph? You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. But I don't understand this whole, I'm not happy here, and you leave. Like,
that's like the equivalent of, I didn't get picked, so I'm going to take my ball and go home.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. It's frustrating. You're getting up there in age and all that. And 2 years ago, whatever, during the bubble, you guys made it to the finals. But again, it was during the bubble.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit, a lot of players that weren't playing, a lot of shit that was skewed or whatever you want to call it or whatever. But at the end of the day, you literally sign a contract. You know what I'm saying? With a team saying, hey, I'm going to play for you guys for this X amount of years. If you feel like they're not holding up their end of the contract, there's other ways to do it instead of doing the I mean, 3 times in a month you've been suspended because you've thrown the temper tantrum.
Yeah. Yeah. He's trying to get cut.
You know what I'm saying? And the only reason that you can do stuff like that is because you've already gotten paid millions.
Yeah.
You're not living paycheck to paycheck like a normal person is. You know what I'm saying? And I get a lot of stuff that, you're upset. You're like, yo, this is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But you're walking out of a shoot around?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it.
And the top rope, he's also being fined, which I'm trying to figure out how much he's being fined. But Jimmy Butler is currently being fined by the NBA because he was suspended by the Miami Heat for conduct detrimental to the team, which includes public comments expressing dissatisfaction with the team, missing team flights, and reportedly walking out of practice early, essentially violating team rules and not fulfilling his obligation as a player. This resulted in multi-game suspension and associated fines.
Again, you're under contract. You
Yeah.
signed a contract. You know what I'm saying? Now, there are players who say, hey, I'm going to sign this contract, but I want you to put this in my contract that if I feel like you're not making any moves to better this team, then, I can be let out of my contract or whatever. Whatever you want to say or do.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, again, I don't want to be working, but I still show up to work every day. You just walked out of practice. Like, what is the rest of the team supposed to feel like when you come back and to play? I don't trust you now.
Yeah.
I don't. So, the team now, the other players on the team could be like, yo, I don't want to play with him.
Yeah. If
he plays, I'm going to sit on the bench.
For real. So, all right. So, it looks like because he missed a lot of games, he lost out on the $113 million contract extension that he was eligible for last summer. They didn't give that to him. And he's getting fined $336,000 per game, which would run about $2.3 million in all.
Right. But did he missed out that contract? Why? Because he was hurt?
I guess it's because he missed a lot of games. Yeah.
And you know what? If that's your beef with management because you were hurt, like legit hurt, like you have a grievance, I'll give you that. Then you would do what I guess NFL players do, whatever, and just sit out. But don't come into work and then go, oh, I'm gonna go home.
For real. So he made about $200 million in his 5.5 seasons with the Miami Heat.
God damn. Okay.
And then I get $113 million is a lot of money and shit. But you're telling me that you couldn't at the end of this season go, yo, listen, I'm gonna opt out of my year and then let you negotiate another fucking 113 may not be 97, but 97 is fucking close.
Bro, at the end of the day, if that's how you feel, then you go into management and be like, hey, listen, this is how I feel. I am the captain of the team. I at the end of this year, I'm not gonna I think it's a player option. So I'm like, I'm not gonna exercise my player option and I'm gonna walk away from the team.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Because that's how you negotiate, but two, that's how you're supposed to do business. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to sit there and be able to be like, yo, listen, as a man, I'm gonna test my talents in South Beach.
You mean leaving South Beach because he's in South Beach?
Nah, I know.
My whole thing is that by you doing this, yet again, because you did it to you did that to get yourself out of Minnesota. You did it to get that out of the 76ers.
Yep.
You did it to get it out of Chicago. And now you're doing it to get out of Miami. My man, that's 4 times that you've pulled the same crap. At one point, teams are gonna be like, "Yo, man, you're not worth it."
For real. And Joseph was saying that they should trade him to the 76ers for Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid seems like another one. Like, why would I trade this fucking guy that doesn't want to be here for another guy that potentially is not going to want to be here because he's salty?
Right, but I don't know why Joel Embiid is salty. Like, at least the 76ers have tried.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a bunch of Paul George,
right.
James Harden, Jimmy Butler. They had a bunch of people that they try to work with him with. It's just
It hasn't worked.
yeah.
Like I get it, and hey, Joel, you're another one who I'm sorry has been out a lot due to injuries.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, come on now. And and normally I am all about going and getting your money. You know what I'm saying? But there's ways to do it, that you don't show everybody that, hey, when times goes tough, you're gonna walk out.
Yeah. Because that's why they saw the potential in you that
Right.
you can carry the team even when times aren't good. That's why you're the captain.
Yeah. Like Joseph makes a point. He goes, it looks like the 76ers play better when Joel is not there. And I'm like, yeah, because they have more of the players are meshing. It's like it's always easy to play, with other people who actually look like they want to be there.
Yeah. It kind of like when Carmelo wasn't on the Knicks for that like 17 game run that the Knicks went on.
Oh, you mean
with
Insanity?
Yeah, with Insanity, and then there was a time when Kyrie Irving was holding it down in the Cavaliers when LeBron was out. It's just
and that could be, hey, we don't have this superstar that we have to feed.
Yeah.
Like we can all eat now.
Yeah. There's not one person controlling the ball. We're all in here being a team.
That's right.
Which surprise, but in basketball you need the team. That's why the Spurs was one of the most dominant teams out there with Ginobili and fucking Parker and and the fucking Duncan and shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, Joseph says it again, chemistry is better. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is.
No, but yeah, like I said, man, back in the day, he'd have been kicked out of the league. They would have Colin Kaepernick.
Bro, it's not even that. To tell the truth, back in the day, you would have had somebody like a Barkley or Jordan or whatever, just grab him by his neck and be like, "Get my man, stop it."
Yeah. Or they would have been like, "All right, you don't want to be here? We're gonna trade you to." At the time was the worst team in the league was the Bucks or some shit.
No.
We're gonna trade you to the worst team in the league for somebody good, and then
Miami can literally say, "Oh, you want to play games? All right, we're gonna send you where careers die." Where's that? Portland.
Yeah. Shit, I'd have put his ass in the G League.
Unfortunately, when you get to a certain level, you don't you don't have the option of sending a player to the G League.
It's not like soccer.
Yeah, it's not. It's not like baseball, whatever, something like that. But, bro, it's just, to me, it's like, yo, you just sending a bad message to the rest of the team. And if you're talking about, hey, I want to come back and play, how are they supposed to look at you? Because I'm gonna look at you sideways. I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm good. I can't trust you.
You're not my leader.
Right. Like you, again, if this is like the first time Jimmy Butler's doing it, it'll be like, okay, something might be going on there. But it's like the fourth time we've done this on four different organizations.
Yeah.
It's no longer, maybe they're not treating him right. Maybe it's you.
Especially when you got Pat Riley, which I don't think Pat Riley's the type of person that's gonna mistreat someone, especially his fucking top guy.
Yeah, no, Pat Riley could be a bit of a dick.
No, I hear you, but like if that's like if you respects you, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be one of those things. Like, yo, bro, we're gonna work with each other. Like he demands perfection, but if this guy's gonna act like that, You're gonna be a child. We're gonna have to act you like a child. Go sit in the corner, and don't come out until we ready.
Bro, put it like this: Pat Riley can literally say, "Yo, fuck it, I'm not gonna trade you."
Yeah.
So you can go sit on the bench and cry in street clothes, or stay home and cry, or whatever.
And lose $2 million.
Every game you miss, you're getting fined.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I always tell this to people, like, I'm a man first, so like if there was actual legitimate beef between the organization and him and all the other shit, I get it, but it's like, bro, at the end of the day, this is a job, and how much unhappy, like, what are they doing that just so unhappy? Because I'm pretty sure if we got paid $50 million to do the job we do,
Bro, like, I get it.
there's very little that we'd be unhappy about.
Right. You might feel like they're not doing enough to put a productive product out on the field, out on the court, or whatever. Dude, you're getting paid like $40 million a year to play basketball.
Yeah.
You're playing basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, come on now. I'll be upset. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be upset. Like, yo, I want to win or whatever, but I'm going home with money. Like, dude, I get the athletes, but I also get, like, I'm a fan, so I get it from my point of view of a fan is like, yo, dude, you play basketball, what, 4 months out of the year?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You amass wealth that, you know, for the most part, if you are a star, you know what I'm saying? You amass wealth, you get paid millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Where, like, even if you are, the league minimum is $3.1 million.
Yeah.
That you get paid 4 months out of 12 months. Or however long the NBA, like, even if the NBA is 6 months, for half a year, you don't have to work.
Yeah.
And you still don't have to worry about, hey, I got to pay rent this month or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Unless you're extremely irresponsible with your money.
Right. If you are some kind of star, you're also getting recognition. You also get endorsements. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be national or local. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, come on, my man.
No, it's true.
Yeah, I'll hit you with the Marshawn Lynch. I'm here so I don't get fined.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, shit. Even he had to suck it up and be there.
He hated doing interviews, but, you know, they would find him anytime he missed interviews. You know, until his agent, or I don't know if it was his agent or somebody else, was like, yo, you don't have to talk. You really don't have to talk. And that's when the light bulb went off, and every time they ask him a question, I'm just here so I don't get fined. And guess what? They can't do nothing to you because you're there.
Yeah.
They can't force you to talk. No one can force you to talk.
Yeah, and I'm here so I don't get fined is a legitimate answer. Shit. I'd have been the only dickhead like, yo, Marshawn Lynch, what you here for? I'm here so I don't get fined. every time I see him.
I would have been like, oh, I know he loves Skittles. Yo, Marshawn, what's your favorite Skittle color? Which one's your favorite? A word? Really? You like that color? I like this color, brother.
Word.
You know, but you know, just stupid shit like that. But bro, this is a pattern. You are a toxic individual.
Yeah.
So when you hit free agency and no team wants to sign you for a max contract for $150 million or however the max contract is that you can get, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Literally. You're going to be the TO of the NBA. You've literally played yourself out of the NBA because nobody wants to deal with your childish behavior.
Yeah.
No, Damien and send that fool to the D League. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not that simple. And yes,
Word.
Joseph, he is sending a very toxic message to everybody else on that team.
Yeah. Shit, but yo, switching gears. I know you don't want to talk about number 26, but I just want to make this one statement. And I said this to my brother because my brother's a Giant fan just like you are. I'm in I'm with my pops watching the game, and I'm sitting here going, the New York Giants gave away a nuke for a 20-piece chicken McNuggets. Because I get the Eagles have a good line and all that other shit, but that showed you, Saquon Barkley showed you on any team that motherfucker gonna be dominant, and they gave up the one thing that they had that they could have built around for some shit they let go. I don't know. I know people calling the Giants stupid, but I don't think that's the right word right now.
Look, I've spoken to this, and I'm gonna break it down again. All right. The Giants organization did fuck up.
Yeah.
Now everybody wants to blame it on the GM, but I'm gonna be very clear with this with everybody. The year that both Barkley and Daniel Berger Jones were free agents, Barkley said to management, "Hey, you're only giving me $19 million in guarantee money. Make it 22, 23, and I'll sign this 3-year contract." If John Mara really wanted Barkley on his team, when Joe Shane went to him and talked about, hey, Barkley wants this, Mara would have said, get it done.
Yeah.
Last year, before they let him go for him to sign with the Eagles, to let him explore his options, if John Mara really wanted, he could have said, give that man whatever he wants because I don't want to see him in the Eagles uniform.
Yeah.
So for everybody that's blaming the GM, no, blame John Mara. This is also the same guy that told Joe Shane, hey, I want you to sign Daniel Jones to a long-term contract.
The chicken McNugget.
All right. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? A GM for any team still has to go to ownership to say, hey, this is what he's looking for. What are you allowing me to do for him? Again, if John Mara really wanted, he would have told Joe Shane, sign Barkley.
Word. I don't know, no more guy. Are we actually live? We might have been recorded and I timed this perfectly.
No, my God, we is in the building. But
I can see the future.
Again, that's the way the Giants organization is. Like, remember when Dave, I'm an idiot, Gettleman, he had to convince John Mara to sign off on the on the Odell trade. All right. So in the Giants organization, yes, there is a GM, but just like in all organizations, the end all and be all is the owner. You know what I'm saying? So again, if John Mara did not want Barkley on the Eagles, he could have prevented it twice. He chose not to. So now you tell your GM, nah, I'm not going to give him that. And GM was like, well, if we're not going to give him the money, then can we move it over to this or over to that? You know, like people forget. In football, there is an actual salary cap. It's not baseball. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I don't even think there's a salary cap in basketball. Like NFL, there's a salary cap.
Yeah, because well, they kill each other, so why not limit
Right.
how much money they can actually make?
So, where everybody telling me, oh, but then the Giants had money. They should have re-signed Barkley. They should have re-signed Xavier McKinley. You guys got to remember, coming into this year, you literally had Daniel Jones taking up 41%.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, not for like $41 million of the available salary cap, which is why I've kept saying that Daniel Jones is the worst. Correction, Daniel Burger Jones is the worst draft pick ever. Ever.
worse than Mark Sanchez.
How many contract extensions did Mark Sanchez get? You can look it up. Look it up. I think you just had Sanchez for 4 or 5 years, and that's probably his. He was a first round draft pick, so yeah,
Yeah, they extended him once for 3 years, $40 million.
right, $40 million for 3 years, over 3 years. Daniel Jones was making $41 million
A year.
a year.
Shit.
You forget the contract he signed was for 4 years, $160 million. With $84 million guaranteed. All right. That is, again, Daniel Jones is the worst draft pick ever. Period.
Yeah, that's crazy how my man got. For a brief moment, they're like, "Oh, he's like Eli Manning, but he can run." And then Saquon Barkley
I don't know
is
where
gone.
they saw that. But okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good, normal guy.
Hey, again, I've been saying it for many years.
Sanchez got a playoff win under his belt, still better than Burger Jones. Hey,
Joseph Daniel Burger Jones has a playoff win. He beat Minnesota in Minnesota. But
did he or did Saquon Barkley beat Minnesota?
Hold on, because here's my thing, and this is one thing I really do not like about football. The quarterback gets the win, and the quarterback also gets the loss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not fair, because if I'm the quarterback and I scored 35 points in the game, right? 35 points in the game, but my defense gives up 38 points. How is that my fault?
Because you should have scored better.
Man, 35 points in the game is pretty good. Joseph, yes. You know what, Joseph? Yes, that's worse than Ryan Leaf. You want to know why? You want to know why? Ryan Leaf played 2 years before he quit the NFL. And yes, he was horrible. But did his contract ever pay him $40 million a year. Was his contract the problem that they handcuffed a team to the point where they couldn't re-sign some of their free agents? Now, mind you, it wasn't like coming out of college. It was literally like Peyton Manning, Riley, Peyton Manning, Riley, Peyton Manning.
Damn.
You know,
damn, and it's
like that's how much skill Ryan Leaf had. When the Giants drafted Burger Jones, 95% on the NFL community said, "Who?"
Shit, yo, Ryan Leaf had a 6-year, $13 million contract, and then a 1-year, $525,000 contract. So, yeah, Daniel Jones is worse because he played up to his potential.
Bro, the only reason he got that contract was because he has a playoff win. And what people fail to realize, if you look at that Minnesota game, wherever Barkley went, that defense went. So if Daniel Jones got exposed this year. This is why he's no longer on my team, and thank fucking God. He got exposed because he no longer had Barkley on his team.
Yeah, of course. Which you know what's funny? Now, this is a question that I have for kryllzzz, but I'm gonna give this to you. Do the Chiefs expose Hurts if they shut down Saquon and Hurts can't win the game?
Absolutely.
Because you know how kryllzzz has always been saying he don't like Hurts as a quarterback. And from what I'm hearing, Hurts hasn't really been throwing the ball like that. Like he's barely getting 200-yard games from passing. So if they shut down the running game.
There's two reasons for that. There's two reasons. One, you don't need to when the motherfucker behind you is breaking 60-yard touchdown runs.
That's true. That is true.
You know, I'm like, dude, was it not last week against the Commanders, but the game against the Packers, right?
Yeah.
He had 2 60-yard touchdowns and then the 75-yard touchdown run. The 75-yard touchdown run sealed the game, right?
Yeah.
The very first play against Washington, he goes for 78 yards.
Yeah.
So in 2 weeks, right? Because the second touchdown he had in the first half was a short run. In 2 weeks, this man had 4 runs of over 60 yards. Just think how retarded that is. That sounds.
Yeah.
Just my man, your quarterback could have been fucking in a wheelchair.
Yeah. All he has to do is successfully give the ball to Saquon and let him do his thing.
Hold on.
You fucked up, Damien.
Damien, get out the fucking chat.
And he said,
you've made the list.
and
You just made the list, stupid idiot.
damn.
In no world is Daniel Jones better than Tua or Deshaun Watson.
And hold on, Torch, are you trying to say that?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
Yeah.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Yes.
I award you no points,
And may God have
and may
mercy.
God have mercy on your soul.
That's still got to be the best response to. Oh shit! May God have mercy on your soul.
A
And
simple no would have sufficed. I love that movie. I'm sorry. For those who don't know, that's from Billy Madison. One of the very young Adam Sandler movies. All right. Bro, there is nothing in the world that says that Daniel Jones is a good quarterback at all.
word. With Saquon Barkley, he had glimpses of being a decent quarterback. That's because Saquon helped the team get together. But once that shit went on his shoulders, he crumbled. I think Saquon is going to break the Chiefs record. The Chiefs haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in the last 18 games, in the last 18 playoff games.
That's the only way they would win.
Yeah, if they shut down Saquon, they're winning. The refs and all.
Damien, I don't know how young you are. All right, but just because Daniel Jones went to Duke doesn't mean he makes smart plays. All right, he does not make smart plays. All right. For those who've been following us for the last, well, I've been on for like a year and a half now.
Yeah.
Or however long. From day one that I've been on the show, I've said how much of a burger Daniel Jones is.
Yeah.
Our friends who know me, and mind you, in our circle, yes, and I do include Kryllzzz in that circle of friends, even though he's an Eagles fan. We have an Eagles fan. We have 2 Cowboys fans. We have a Chiefs fan. We have a Broncos fan. So it's and a Lions fan. So it's a diverse group. And if I would put them all in the room together and say, from what time did I say Daniel Jones was a burger? From the very moment his name was mentioned on draft night.
I think the day he was born, you was calling him a burger. Like, he was in the hospital. You saw his mom give birth. The doctor picked him up, smacked him. He started crying. He was like, oh, shit. A burger was born. A burger was born today. And he turned out to be Daniel Jones. Shit.
Yo, Joseph, I'm not, fuck that shit. And you have the Chiefs. The only way for the Chiefs to win this game was they have to shut down Barkley.
Yeah, and they have to force the ball in Jalen Hurts' hand, because if you, for some reason, he can't.
Excuse me. Apparently, Jalen Hurts is not 100%.
His knee is fucked up.
Yeah. So.
No, yeah, but even if he was 100%. Even I know how much of a burger Daniel Jones is. A burger everybody could tell. Damn. My mom and dad, the whole family knew he was a burger.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, no, my God. He is the burger. It's a burger.
Damn, my man goes to a deli and gets the Daniel Jones burger. No cheese, no ketchup. Just onions. Shit, but like, Bruce would argue that even 100%, if you put the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands or his arm, trust his arm, he ain't gonna do nothing.
And look, I get where he's coming from, but he doesn't have the ability to throw the deep ball, which is why you see AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. They run those slouts, they run those curls and stuff like that, and then hopefully they grab it and fucking. And then they take it to the house. I'm gonna be truthful. Yes, Barkley should win the MVP.
I mean, he did amazing things this year. Wearing the wrong colors.
If it wasn't for Barkley, they don't win at least 7 games. Barkley single-handedly won 7 games for them this year.
Yeah.
I hope not, Joseph, because if they having a good game, that means Barkley's going off.
Yeah. And I just want to let you know that y'all hurting Hutch because he's a Giants fan. He hates the Eagles, and y'all making him talk about the Eagles and Saquon Barkley. And I'm over here trying to ask him, when will the refs start cheating for the G?
Listen, I'm a professional. I am a professional.
But he still has feelings. God damn it.
We're going to do with the fans, our audience, whatever they are going to. I would answer questions. Maybe not Kryllzzz, because fuck Kryllzzz, because he's the Eagles fan.
Yeah.
But if our people in the comments are asking the questions, I will answer. I will be a professional. I mean, maybe we can get off the air. I might curse, throw fucking something at the wall, punch the wall. So,
Word. If he's in the cast next week, it's your fault, normal guy.
Look, my problem with the whole MVP shit is that it's always given to somebody that's on the winning team. And to me, an MVP is the best player in the league, period.
Yeah. I mean, that's the most valuable player would have to be the best player.
Right. But yeah, the fans and the because this happens in all sports. They don't. It's whoever is popular or whatever. I just want to say this. As great as Barkley has been, Lamar Jackson threw for 40 touchdowns. Not total touchdown, threw for 40 touchdowns. To whom?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Yeah, and not only that, Derrick Henry has 16 rushing touchdowns. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Do you think Derrick Henry's a better running back than Saquon?
No. No. And as much as I respect Derrick Henry, he doesn't have. And yes, have I seen Derrick Henry run the ball for 99 yards and push people out the way? Yeah. But I've never seen anybody, and now mind you, I've been watching football for a very long time. And I think the only person that I can say that I've seen that runs as gracefully as Barkley was Barry Sanders.
And they say that he's one of the best or the best running back in the NFL, right?
Yes.
Shit, that's saying a lot. And this is what, Saquon's 5th year?
No, this is not Saquon's 5th year. This would be his 7th.
I mean, shit.
This would be, I think, his 7th because he had a 5-year contract with the Giants because he was first-round draft pick. So after 4 years, you get to 6, 7. You know what? This might be his 8th or 7th or 8th, something like that. But it just goes to show you how, like I tell people, Joe Shane, like Giants management in general, because this includes John Mara. After you give Barkley the option, you don't try to sign him to a long-term deal at all. Dude, you literally are the owner of the Giants. You could have made signing Saquon a priority, but you didn't.
Yeah,
you did not at all.
He should have.
Okay, you let other people in your ear talking about, oh, but Barkley's only a running back. No, Barkley is a fucking weapon. Because you can put Barkley at running back, you can put him at wide receiver. Hell, you can even put him at quarterback, and he'll still look better than Daniel fucking Jones.
Yeah.
Daniel Burger Jones. So, yeah.
Shit, yo, I'm saying, man, that was a nuke that they gave up for a chicken sandwich, and
they basically traded away.
Wait,
they basically
the Knicks are
traded
beating
away
Denver 120-20.
No, it's 120-120.
Oh, I was about to say,
quarter.
Damn, yo, that said the game's over.
Yeah, but look at the stats normal guy put up for Lamar. 41 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
All right, 4,000 passing yards, close to, I'll say about 4,500 yards. And that doesn't even include his rushing yards. Normal guy, I don't like my Giant. I don't like my owner. I got friends who are Cowboys fans who hate Jerry Jones. I don't like John Mara. I loved his father. His father knew what business. He stood on business.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like all the older guys they want to win. They're not in here looking for bullshit. I don't know why people are attaching themselves to people just because it's like, yo, this is a sport. You go with the guy that's you're winning with, and you put your shit on him. Like if you have a fucking quarterback that's winning, you get yourself wide receivers to make the quarterback better. If you got a running back that's the fucking guy, you get yourself an O-line that could fucking block for him. Like, what the fuck is the problem here?
Yeah, Barkley had over 2,000 total yards his rookie year, and if you look up the stat, he got hit on the behind the line of scrimmage like 75% of the time. So to get hit behind the line of scrimmage, put it like this, people: your offensive line, where they line up, that's the line of scrimmage. So Barkley was not getting hit when he was getting to the line of scrimmage. This is the line. This is Barkley. He's not getting hit here. He was getting hit back here and still making people miss.
That's crazy. My man, the offensive line was not existent.
Again, I love Barkley. But this is why, to this day, I still hate Dave Gettleman.
Yeah,
he drafted Barkley with the second overall pick in the draft. You know what I'm saying? When the right move would have been to trade down and draft Quentin Nelson and plug him in a left guard. And now you give Eli Manning a couple of extra years.
But
you know what I'm saying?
So in hindsight,
you
still believe that would have made like you guys we would have won a Super Bowl or something like that with Eli Manning having those extra years?
I don't know. I wouldn't say a Super Bowl, but you give Eli Manning a better offensive line. You keep OBJ.
Yeah.
People forget, as much as I love Barkley, and I know he got hurt this year again, but Nick Chubb went in the second round of that same draft. Yeah, that Nick Chubb who looks like a fucking, when he's not hurt, he's a beast. So again, now think about that. As much as I love Barkley, you let Barkley get drafted by another team. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, how can you pass on a talent like that or whatever? But like Joseph says, Quentin Nelson, I think as long as for all the years he's been in the league, he's made the Pro Bowl. So, you put him in the offensive line, you probably get a little bit better guys on the offensive line. Now you have more years for for Eli Manning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of ways. Again, Dave Gettleman is the reason why my organization is in disarray. And I said it when the Giants hired him to be a GM, that this guy was a fucking loser. And again, I've been proven right. When he drafted Daniel Jones, I said that's the worst pick in NFL history. And yes, I've been proven right. It's just, it's sad. No more guy. If you see John Mara, yeah, you can jump him.
Shit. All right. Speaking of,
as a matter of fact, call me, hold him down, and I'll get there.
Have some fun with that and shit. But all right, so speaking of Lamar Jackson and the playoff, the MVP run, people saying that Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson both should be, in the considerations for MVPs. But both of their teams are losing in the playoffs continuously.
Both of the teams lost.
Yeah, I mean, like the Bills can't get past the Chiefs. So what?
And the Ravens lost to the Bills.
So now it's like, all right. So what happens now? If you're Lamar Jackson, do you start looking for other teams, or do the Ravens?
Yeah, Lamar Jackson. Baltimore finally smartened up and gave Lamar Jackson a long-term contract. Lamar's not going anywhere.
So, but what about the Ravens? Like, is this the time now you go, you know what, we're gonna have to go all in and start getting some people for him to throw the ball to? And
I want to make this very clear to our fan base. Since Lamar Jackson has been in the league, can you tell me who his wide receivers have been?
Martha Stewart, Bobby Castro.
That's funny. That's real funny. Bro, till this day, I mean, I know he got Zay Flowers now, but as much as I like Zay Flowers, he's a slot guy. Till this day. Now, mind you, he had OBJ last year or whatever, but that's not the OBJ that was on the Giants.
To this day,
his best wide receiver has been Marquise Hollywood Brown, who's no longer on the Ravens, who got traded away to the Cardinals. And what has he done at the Cardinals? Hasn't done shit.
He swept some of the locker rooms and collected some of the towels and stuff like that.
The Lamar Jackson's best receiver has been Mark Andrews, who's a tight end.
Shit. So, what do you do now? Do you think the Ravens are gonna go, let's get this man some receivers?
You would think.
I mean,
and not for nothing. Because I don't want to sound, like a dick. But can you tell me, before Derrick Henry, can you name his running backs too?
Didn't we get his running back just for 3 plays?
Nope.
What running back did we get when we got when Aaron Rodgers decided that he was gonna sit out for the first season? Cook. There you go. Dalvin Cook.
who was in
Oh, all right.
Minnesota.
See, it was the wrong purple. Me and Joseph was confused on that one. See, he could have had Dalvin Cook, but he decided to play for the wrong team.
Bro, Lamar Jackson has literally been the Ravens offense since they drafted him.
Yeah.
Which is why I tell you guys that Daniel Jones is a fucking burger. Think about that. Lamar Jackson has carried the Ravens offense with the likes of J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Justin Hill. Are any of those guys starting caliber running backs?
I don't even know who they are.
There you go. No more guy. The fact that Amari Cooper is still a top 3 wide receiver for a free agency is a fucking travesty. Like, I agree. Listen, Higgins, yeah. Godwin, you know, his injury history scares me. But that's about it. But if I was if I was the Ravens, I would go after T. Higgins. Now, is the Bengals going to allow T. Higgins? Who knows? But check this out. Now you give him T. Higgins, you give him Zay Flowers. You know what I'm saying? And for those who don't know who Mark Andrew is, he's the guy who dropped the 2-point conversion. So as much as people want to get on him for dropping that 2-point conversion, he's been one of the better tight ends in the NFL for the last 5 years.
I saw a video where that same exact play happened 3 times and he dropped that ball 3 times.
It could be that he doesn't know that's not one of his best catches, but regardless of the fact, you give Lamar T. Higgins now, that man might throw for 50 touchdowns. He might break Peyton Manning's record for touchdown in the season, which I think was like 55. You know what I'm saying? I get it. People want to say, "Oh, well, Josh Allen, did his thing this year with less than he's had in the last couple of years." But it's like 55. I know where you guys are coming from, and I know what you guys are saying. You know what I'm saying? But Lamar Jackson has better numbers this year than he had last year when he won the MVP. So how can you justify not giving that man the MVP when he literally put up better numbers?
Yeah. Now, what about Josh Allen? What does Buffalo do?
Well, Buffalo needs to get him a fucking wide receiver. Now, mind you, is that going to solve any problems? No, because when he had Stephon Diggs, they still made it to the playoffs, but they can never get past the Chiefs. And it could be that what you're seeing right now is, remember when Peyton Manning was in the league and he couldn't beat Tom Brady or the New England Patriots? Well, maybe Josh Allen is the new Peyton Manning where he can't beat Mahomes and the Chiefs.
I mean, all right. So one more football question for you, and this is a serious question. Do you think that the Washington Commanders made it as far as they did because they changed their name from the Washington Redskins?
No. they made it as far as they made it because of the sensational rookie quarterback Daniels. And I said it, and I think we even have it on this podcast where I said that kid Daniels is going to be the best quarterback out of that last year's draft. He looked better than Caleb Williams, and Caleb Williams had more pieces around him. Because think about this. Caleb Williams, or I'm sorry.
Khalid. Yeah.
Khalid.
We pronunciate.
Sorry. Had DJ Moore, Keelan Allen, Romeo Zuna, and I think the tight end is Chet. 4 very good receivers, 3 very good receivers, and a very good tight end. Daniels had McClellan, or McClellan, whatever you want to pronounce his name. That's it. Like no other Redskin, no other Commander, wide receiver scares you. They do have a decent running back in Brian Robinson, but it's not like Daniels had a plethora of guys to throw the ball to. It's not. And let's not forget the whooping that they put on the Lions.
Yeah.
So for those who want to say, and I know this is not our audience, but if any other people see this, you know what I'm saying? And you guys want to say that I don't know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I do.
Word.
I called Daniel Jones a burger from day one.
His birth.
To this day.
I said that Daniels is going to be a better quarterback than Williams and Derek May.
To this day.
And I said that the Giants are going to regret letting Barkley go.
To this day.
And they did. All 3 of those things.
So at the end of the day, like my man Adam Cole would say, I'm better than you.
To this day.
Boom.
Speaking of boom, let's get to the main topic here. Now, we just passed the anniversary of Kobe's passing, and I still remember that. I still remember that day. We were streaming, and they came up in the chat, and it was like, "Holy shit, gone too soon with legend." But we got the original duo, Shaq and Penny Hardaway, versus Shaq and Kobe. Now, what I want to ask you, Hodge, you're building a team, and you have access to those 2 duos. Which duo are you putting on your team?
Here's the thing with that one. Obviously, the Penny Shaq is the more dominant of the 2 Shaqs.
Yeah, more in shape, younger.
Dude, when he played with Orlando, he had a 1% body fat.
Yeah.
All right? 1% body fat. That's fucking ridiculous.
For a guy that's 7'1".
Right.
Shit.
The tiebreaker is going to be between Penny and Kobe. Now, let's not get it twisted. Kobe was a more dominant scorer than Penny. But before Penny got hurt, even Magic Johnson himself said, that boy's better than me. And he was talking about
Mm.
Penny Hardaway.
Shit, you know, they were Shaq was saying that Kobe, I think it took him a couple years to adjust and become as great as he did, where Penny straight out the gate
Absolutely.
just was great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. People forget Kobe struggled coming, now mind you, I think Penny had like 1 year in Memphis before he came to the NBA. Kobe came straight out of high school. It took Kobe a couple of years, you know what I'm saying, to become Kobe Bryant that we know of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Shaq is 100% right. Coming, right out the gate, Penny was dominant. Again, Penny was 6'6", 6'7", being your point guard. You know what I'm saying? He can dribble, shoot, rebound. Like I said, when you literally have Magic Johnson, who I consider the greatest point guard, saying that Penny was a better player than he was,
I think that means something.
that is praise like you would never hear anywhere else. And like you said, it wasn't like it took him 2-3 years to get to that level. His rookie year, he was at that level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, I probably would go with the Penny and Shaq.
Okay.
Because they were both young. And Penny had the ball in his hands most of the time because he was a point guard. But he didn't need the ball in his hands to be a force in the game.
He impacted the game in other ways.
He played defense. He rebounded. He can steal. I'm not saying that Kobe couldn't do all this stuff. But as much as I love Kobe, we all know that Kobe went nuts sometimes.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to Kobe, but even when he had Shaq was like, "Yo, dude, I'm here in the paint. Ain't nobody can guard me." And Kobe's like, "Nah, it's my time." And listen, I get it, but to tell you the truth, and I know that's not. You're probably not gonna get that answer from a lot of people. Probably people will go Kobe, Shaq, but I would go Kobe, Penny, because Penny was on another level, and you got a young Shaq. Man, you got Shaq when he was dribbling up and down the court.
So now, taking Shaq away from it, when Shaq left the Magic and Penny, was basically on his own, he wasn't making as much as an impact, was he?
No.
No.
But he also was he was also at that point where I guess he was already getting injured.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, like, he played on the Heat, the Suns, and the Knicks, and then when Shaq left Kobe, he was able to bounce back from that loss. So, like, the longevity of Kobe and Penny, do you take that into consideration also?
During the initial, who would you have? No. Because, like I said, if we're both taking them when they were doing their thing, that was even before Penny was getting hurt. So, one thing Kobe did manage to avoid was getting injured. You know what I'm saying? So he was able to not, like I forgot what I think Penny's injury was like a back. As an athlete, you hurt your back. That's a big issue.
Yeah.
Like I said, and I'm not saying that Penny was a better player than Kobe. What I'm saying is, if Kobe never gets hurt, if Penny never gets hurt, you literally have a 20-year-old Penny and like a 21, 22-year-old Shaq.
Yeah,
That's like not fair. You know what I'm saying? And there's been a lot of injuries, especially in basketball, that have derailed great careers. Like I tell people straight out to this day, if he would have never gotten injured, we'd be talking different about Grant Hill.
Because they were saying that he was supposed to be better than Jordan, was he?
Dude, he was phenomenal. Now I know a lot of our players, a lot of our people here, maybe like Joseph and no one guy. I don't know who else. I know we have a young audience. Dude, Grant Hill was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
he just was. But what stopped him was injuries.
Yeah, and he had like a bad knee injury, right? That was, or like his Achilles or something.
Yeah, he fucked up something in his legs.
And he wasn't the same when he came back, but he was supposed to be like and he was with the Pistons.
Yes.
I remember that. My brother, that at one point, that was my brother's favorite player. And then he got hurt and it was just all downhill from there. So
absolutely.
Now I asked you the question with Shaq and Penny is that in 95 they lost to the Rockets in the finals. Do you think that they would have went back to the finals if Shaq never went to the Lakers and now Jordan's back playing full time? You think they would have beat Jordan and those Bulls during that second three-peat?
They had the potential to. As much as a good defender Jordan was, he would have had problems with Penny. And I'm sorry, there's nobody in the Bulls that was stopping Shaq.
Yeah, unless you.
And I know people will say, "Oh, but Rodman plays Shaq." I was like, "Nah, dude. Trust me." Young 20-something Shaq, Rodman had nothing for him.
Yeah, especially if they're gonna play physical. Shaq was a monster.
So yeah, I mean, at best, Rodman is 6'9".
Yeah.
Shaq was a force. And here's what I'm gonna say, because I know that the Pistons beat the shit out of Michael Jordan, but there's a reason why there was Hack-a-Shaq.
Yeah, because he couldn't hit a free throw to save his life in the games. Right. Apparently, he was hitting hundreds of free throws in practice, but in the game, he wasn't hitting shit.
Yeah, right. So, like I said, no disrespect to Jordan, even though I fuck him, whatever. There wasn't a Hack-a-Jordan rule. You know what I'm saying? Jordan would hit free throws. There was Hack-a-Shaq. The reason there was Hack-a-Shaq was like, yo, where I have 3 huge bodies, maybe 4. They got 6 fouls each. We're gonna use it.
Your word.
We're gonna put Shaq on the line because you know that he, out of 30 free throws in the game, he's probably making 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, people forget, Shaq is a career like 50% free throw shooter. It's not a good stat.
Yeah, 52.7%.
It's
Yeah,
not a good stat.
barely hit half.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And they really started doing Hack and Shaq when he was with the Magic. Yeah, did it continue when he was with the Lakers? Yeah, but it started when he was with the Magic. So, yeah, I do believe if you give my Orlando a shooter, not Nick Anderson, but an actual shooter, they would have gave the Bulls a run for them.
okay. Now another question. I just forgot this fucking guy's name. The coach. Phil Jackson. Yeah, Phil Jackson. Now put Shaq and Kobe in the era with Phil Jackson versus Shaq and Penny.
So you're telling me Shaq and Kobe will Phil Jackson's triangle offense
Yeah.
versus Shaq and Penny? And I think it was Chuck Daly. Was it Chuck Daly that was the man that I don't know, bro. That I still might give the edge a little bit to a young Penny and Shaq team because they know no better. You know what I'm saying? Like at that time, by the time Kobe had mastered Jackson's fucking triangle offense, you know what I'm saying? Shaq was just a little bit older also. So, you know, like people forget, you know, when you're young, you really don't care about history.
Yeah.
Because the first thing you're going to say is, yeah, but history ain't never had me.
That is true. I'm the exception to the rule.
Right. People forget ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. Let me see. They had Horace Grant on Miami. They had Nick Anderson. Don't remember anybody else on the. I mean, not on Miami, on Orlando. No, those Laker teams with Shaq and Kobe had some players on them. They might have been a little bit older.
Okay.
But they had
all right,
some
so you want me to
players
tell
on
you
them.
the roster for the 1995 Orlando Magic? All right, so you have Nick
Yeah, go
Anderson,
ahead.
Darrell Armstrong, Anthony Event, and Anthony Bowie, Horace Grant, Greek Hammock, Fernine Hardaway, the Penny Hardaway. I didn't know that was his.
Yeah,
What's his?
Yeah, his real name is
Anthony.
Anthony.
Shaquille O'Neal,
Yeah.
Tree Rollins, Daniel Royal, Dennis Scott, Brian Shaw, Brooke Thompson, Keith Tower, and Jeff Turner.
Right. Out of that team, Horace Grant, Dennis Scott, and like I said, I'm not a big Nick Anderson fan. Everybody else on that team, ain't nobody heard of them. Let's look at that Lakers team now. Tell you right now, I believe Robert Ory's on that team.
What was it, 96 or 7 that Kobe came?
I think Kobe was drafted in 96. But what you have to do is you have to look at, it was in 96? Yeah, I think 96, 97.
So I got the 97 Lakers team. Now let me look up the 96 real quick. Yeah, he was on the 96 team. All right, so the 96 team, you got Ori Blunt, Kobe Bryant, Eldon Campbell, Cedric Ceballos,
Cedric Sabalas.
Derek Fisher.
He's the dude that won the dunk contest
Oh,
with the
okay.
blindfold.
You got Derek Fisher. You got the all-time great, most NBA finals without playing in them, Robert Ory, Eddie Jones, Jerome Kersey.
You want to know a funny fact about Eddie Jones?
What?
He got traded for Kobe.
To the Hornets?
He got traded to the Hornets for Kobe. And when he was with the Lakers, he wore number 6.
Yes. Shit. Okay. You got Joe Klein, Travis Knight, Larry, Chris Kowal. I don't know. KrystKowlak. Yeah.
I don't remember that guy.
George McLeod, Shaquille O'Neal, Rumneil Robinson, Sean Rooks, Brian Scott, and Nick Van Exel.
Nick, I used to love Nick. My man, Nick the Quick. Bro, you said half that roster are people that I know. And about 3/4 of that roster is people that I know. Or players who are actual players in the league. Compared to the Orlando team. So yeah, the Lakers also had a better collective team than Orlando.
All right, so now I'll ask you this question. Which team would you rather have? The 95 Magic or the 96 Lakers?
Well, did the 96 Lakers win the championship?
No.
When did the Lakers start winning chips? Damien. Kobe was not traded for Kwame Brown.
I think 2000, 2002, and 2001. So about 4 years later.
It took them time to mesh. Yeah. In terms of experience, it would probably be the Lakers. In terms of raw talent, it'd be Orlando.
Yeah. See, because it took 3 seasons. Well, Shaq and Penny played for 3 seasons. So in the 3rd season, they went to the finals. So they did it faster than Shaq and Kobe.
Right, but remember, Shaq and Penny did make it to the playoffs. They just not make it to the finals.
Yeah, well, I mean, in that first year, in 96, the Lakers got in the semifinals. They got to the semifinals in the playoffs. But
I mean, look, again, like I said, in terms of talent, it would probably be the Lakers. In terms of not talent, but the collective of the team, that Laker team has more pieces than that Orlando team.
Yeah. Okay. So you're doing a draft. You get the first pick. Your two options are Penny and Kobe. No other person's on your team yet. You're starting the team with those two guys. Who you picking?
People don't understand how much of a harder choice this is. And it's simply because Penny was great out of the gate. You know, Kobe had a couple of seasons where he took his lumps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, coming out of the draft, and I'm not looking at their future careers, I'd probably go Penny.
Real quick, both of you guys are wrong. The Charlotte Hornets got Vlade Divac. So Kobe was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers in exchange for Vlade Divac.
Eddie Jones is part of that trade. If I remember right, Eddie Jones was part of that trade. I'm pretty sure that he was part of that trade. I mean, listen, could be wrong, but I know Vlade Divac was traded, but I'm pretty sure Jones is part of that trade. But hey,
Eddie Jones was he was traded for Glenn Rice in 19. It was Glenn Rice, J.R. Reed, and B.J. Armstrong in March 10th, 1999. He was traded to Charlotte Hornets for Glenn Rice, J.R. Reed, and
all right. So yeah, I was mistaken, but yeah, I remember Eddie Jones being traded to Charlotte. I could have sworn it was for the Kobe pick.
No, but I mean, he was traded to Charlotte.
I was wrong, but I remember when the draft night where Charlotte drafted Kobe, and Kobe was like, "I'm not playing for you guys," but hey, it is what it is. But yeah. I got a question for you. The fuck happened to Ray?
He said he got a call, and he's trying to get back ASAP. That was at 9:45. Hour.
Oh, Ray, what you do that? Which baby mama?
And you can't take Ray anywhere.
I mean, he got all those baby mamas. I mean,
so all right. So here you go. Question: does Shaq and Penny get more championships than Kobe and Shaquille?
it depends on who is on the rest of the team. Because remember, as good as Shaq and Kobe was, without some Robert Ory threes, they don't win.
Yeah. I hear you. All right, so another question. If Shaq and Penny stay together, Kobe stays in Charlotte, does Kobe become as much of a legend as he was now?
I don't think so. And it has nothing to do with Kobe's talent. It has to do with Charlotte and the market that they're in. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to remember that the Lakers are a big market team. They're going to draw better players. You know what I'm saying? Like with Charlotte, it's like who if you're a free agent and you're given the choice, you can either go to the historic LA Lakers or you can go to the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, I'm going to LA.
No, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Kobe was a great player. Not taking that away from him. But he still would have needed people around him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm not saying that Charlotte wouldn't have players. I mean, at one point they had Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning, which was also in the 90s. But do they get those players if they don't make the trade with the Lakers?
I don't know. Let's see if I can. All right, I got the roster for the 1996 Charlotte Hornets. You got Raphael Addison, Muggsy Bogues, Scott Burrell, Tom Chambers, Del Curry, Tony Delk, Vadi Divac, Jamie Fleck, Matt Gregg, Anthony Goldwire, Eric Lechner, Anthony Mason, Ricky Price, Glenn Rice, Malik Rose, Donald Royal, Tony Smith, and George Zedek. So nobody. I don't think there was anybody. Like Muggsy Bogues, that would have been towards the end of his career, right?
Nah. You know what? Could be. You got to look up when did Larry Johnson leave Charlotte and Alonzo Mourning. Because that was like right in the 90s. So it could have been right after Larry Johnson left and Alonzo Mourning left.
He left in the 95-96 season, Larry Johnson.
Look at that.
Yeah, so he left the year before they would have got Kobe. Yeah.
Look, bro. You know, Damian makes a good point. He says Kobe needed Shaq to get where he was. Penny didn't need Shaq. Truthfully, Damian, as good as Penny was coming out of college, the fact that he has Shaq probably made it easier on him as a rookie. So I don't really agree with that, with your statement. I think that Shaq was instrumental in both players being that good. Because think about that. With Shaq, when Penny had Shaq, Penny didn't have to worry about being the focal point. And when Kobe had Shaq, Kobe didn't have to be worried about being the focal point. So they were able to develop their games. So, I mean, at this point, we really can't tell.
I hear you. You think there would have been a greater chance for the Bulls to get Kobe?
I don't know. By the way, the Knicks beat the Denver 122 to 112.
All right, so before we end this, Hoch, this Saturday is the Royal Rumble, but before the Royal Rumble in Abu Dhabi, in Saudi Arabia, there was a UFC fight night where the main event is Israel Adesanya versus Nasarandi Imavivo.
You mean my man
Yeah.
Stylebender?
Middleweight
Ooh,
bout.
okay.
And then Michael Venom Page is fighting Shar Magomedov.
So we out of Buffalo Wild Wings?
Well, we got the Royal Rumble that Saturday.
Buffalo Wild Wings not gonna watch the Royal Rumble?
I don't know if they watch. But who do you got for the?
Enough of that. I think Stylebender needs to win. He's been a little shaky.
Oh shit!
What's up?
Buffalo Wild Wings does show the WWE events. Shit.
See?
But yeah,
I mean, now mind you, are we gonna be there for fucking 6 hours?
because this shit starts at 12, and the Rumble starts at 6. So that's 6 hours just to get from this card to the Rumble, and then the Rumble's another 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, bro, and those seats are wood. That's rock that's like oak tree wood.
I mean, unless you sit in the booth,
like oak tree wood, and it's 4 feet off the ground. My legs are swinging. My toes are gonna be losing fucking feeling. And if we get the same bitch we got last time, we ain't never gonna get our drinks.
I mean, that's why you gotta go to
It's
the
funny.
booth.
You got a drink you didn't order before we got the drinks we did order. Loving it. So all right. So you're saying Israel Adesanya taking it this main event?
I think for him to stay relevant, he needs to.
I believe that also. I believe that. I think he's gonna win this because there's no pressure. There's no title on the line. There's no big name. You know, this young guy that Adesanya probably still got that cockiness, like he just wants to prove that he's the best. It's just like, yo, I don't have the belt on me, so now it's like, you know, it's probably easier.
Yeah, I mean, when you don't have the pressure of having the belt on you, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he did beat Carlos Pereira.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Alex,
I mean, so it's not like Alex Pereira. It's not like he hasn't won big fights, but I know he's been shaky the last couple of fights. So for him to stay relevant and not be knocked down more in that division, and if and in the UFC period, he has to win this fight.
Yeah, I think so too. And all right, so the co-main event, because I don't know who the rest of these people are. Michael Venom Page versus Shara Magomedov. I don't know who that is, but I think Michael Venom Page takes it. Michael Venom Page is unorthodox.
He is, but here's my thing about fighter that you don't know, right? Because I'm pretty sure that Page's camp has, trained for this guy who's very unorthodox. But training and being in the ring is two different things.
Yeah, and this,
like, we've seen Page's fights. You know what I'm saying? So that means his opponent has seen his fights too.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying, like it's almost like almost watching game film. Like we have a lot more game film on Adam Page than we do on this other cat.
Yeah, and this other cat is 15-0. Yeah, with his last 4 fights. His last fight going knockout. The fight before that, unanimous decision, then knockout, then unanimous decision. So this might go to unanimous decision based off his pattern. But
like when you was mentioning it, and the first thing that came to my head is, I'm the type of person I like going for the person that we know nothing of. And especially when it comes to fighting, unless it's somebody that's dominant. You know what I'm saying? Like if that guy was fighting GSP back when GSP was dominant, I'd be like, I'm taking GSP.
Well, the crazy shit is now that I'm looking at Michael Venom Page record, he's 21. He's 22-3, and his last match he had against Machado Gary, he lost by unanimous decision. So it could be, something that now looking at this stuff, that guy's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Because if his name sounds anything like Magomedov, he's a wrestler. And he's Russian. So he's probably going to pressure Michael Venom Page.
Right. And like I said, before as soon as you mentioned his name, I was like, I'm going to go with that guy.
Yeah.
So I guess people, we have covered everything that we should have covered in the sports talk. We don't have Ray here, so I don't know the live shows. So
So tomorrow we're back with Wrestling with Knuckleheads, which Hutch, you are welcome to join us. We're gonna be talking about Saturday Night Main Event and the Royal Rumble. We're gonna be giving our predictions for the winner of the Royal Rumbles and the matches that are there. And the Tone the Show will be back live on Friday, which, like I said, Hutch, you are welcome to join us for that too if you have the schedule. And we just be talking about life, life, the other shit that's going on in the world.
Gotcha.
And then we repeat the cycle, and we're gonna be continuing with the live shows because
yes,
you guys haven't taken advantage of
our fans have spoken. You guys want the live shows. We'll do the live shows.
You said we don't like your short ass toe when you recorded. We need you live. So fuck this shit. We're not watching until we're live. So we're live now. We're gonna be live forever. So we're gonna be like Netflix. We're gonna be on anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour and 2 hours and a half.
But before we go, I'm gonna answer Damien's who you got for the Pro Bowl. Nobody. Ain't nobody watches the Pro Bowl.
Word. Shit. Yo, if they had, Damien, you might be too young for this, but if they had the Rock and Sock football game again, I would have watched that.
Oh, absolutely.
Shit.
Like, you know what? Don't give me a Pro Bowl game. Give me a skills challenge.
So, like, I would prefer fucking going, you know what? Let's get some celebrities playing flag football. And then we just have the MVPs coaching.
I don't even care about the flag football. Give me skills challenge. Agility for the running backs and certain people like that, or
the rookie combine.
Give me something like that, but with the established stars now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember back in the 80s and like in the early 90s, you had the quarterback accuracy drill, whatever, but you had the moving targets, and so like bring shit like that back. Word. I don't need a Pro Bowl game. Yeah. They don't play. We don't have Sean Taylor in the Pro Bowls no more. We don't have nobody killing a punter.
Yeah.
So
we need a dunk contest in the Pro Bowl. A touchdown celebration contest in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, that's it, bro. Play them 1-on-1, and whoever if you scores a touchdown, you can do whatever fucking football celebration you want.
Now,
that's it.
Do you think we'll ever get a Pro Bowl game like before?
No.
People kept getting hurt. They don't want to ruin the.
You know what? I don't ever remember people really getting hurt in the Pro Bowl game. I remember New England running back tearing the shit out of his knee playing flag football in sand. I remember that during the Pro Bowl. During the Pro Bowl game itself, I don't remember anybody really getting hurt because the rules are different. You can't blitz. You know, there's a lot of shit you can't do. You know what I'm saying? So back in the days, it was AFC versus NFC. You know what I'm saying? And they took pride in that. But now with free agency, you can change teams a lot easier than you could back in the day. So, and not for nothing, the majority of players actually like each other nowadays. It wasn't like back in the days where, I don't fucking like you at all.
There's no more proving shit to people.
Look, bro, you're in basically the All-Star game. You don't need to prove anything to anybody anymore. You're literally in the All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? Why jeopardize hurting yourself and costing yourself hundreds of millions of dollars, especially nowadays? You know what I'm saying? For a game that doesn't mean shit. Which is why these guys, they don't go hard in the Pro Bowls, which is like I'm saying, don't do a Pro Bowl game. Hey, do the field goal kickers that get brought into the Pro Bowl, have them do a kickoff, not a kickoff, but a field goal competition.
Yeah.
Same thing with the punters. Like, who can be the most accurate punter? You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the combine. Bring back the 40-yard dash. I mean, put on the four fastest wide receivers against each other in the 40-yard dash. And then do the cornerbacks. You know what I'm saying? And whoever wins from then, they can race each other. Like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you people will watch that more. Nobody watches the Pro Bowl.
I haven't.
Like the viewership for the Pro Bowl in the last 10 years has dipped so bad. It's ridiculous.
That shit's about to be on Thriller. Yeah.
My shit is supposed to be on fucking
word. Shit, and with that being said, y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody.